we've got a lot of injury news regarding the Miami Dolphins, and thankfully, this week's Thursday night football game is the Commanders and Bears. It's 3-0 at halftime. So I don't think I'm going to be watching that game for the rest of the night. But we'll start out with the only non-injury news of the press conference that Mike McDaniel gave on Wednesday. Tyreek Hill and other locker room captains, or other team captains, decided to take the ping pong table out of the locker room. Love to see that, obviously, at least at the time, I love to see that. A lot of leadership. You're on that 2-game losing streak to the Bengals and Jets. Now you're on to a pretty big game this weekend against the Vikings, who are 4-1 this season, have looked pretty good. Obviously, the preview that game coming in 2 days on Saturday. But yeah, only until Tyreek Hill's press conference this afternoon, where he said that he only took it out of the locker room because he was getting a Miami Dolphins customized ping pong table. So it looks like a bit of a skit going on. I'm not sure if Tyreek Hill was joking or maybe Mike McDaniel just didn't understand what was going on. But either way, if it's the ping pong table, I'm sure that they're not, missing team meetings or anything like that, or missing practice. But if they did actually take out the ping pong table, I'd love to see that. But on to the pretty big news that we got. Tua Tagovailoa is back on the practice field. He actually came back yesterday, and he was back today, of course. No physical activity, so he's out there throwing. But it's I think it's stage 3 out of 5 of the concussion protocol. So obviously he's out there, he's throwing, he's warming up with the team. He's not playing those scrimmages or any contact, like I said, but just obviously glad to see him back. There's some clips on Twitter of him, smiling and talking to his teammates and stuff and throwing out there, which is great to see, of course. His first practice back. Mike McDaniel ruled him out for the Vikings game already, which was expected. But he also did say the most important thing to me is that there's a real possibility that he is cleared before the Vikings game. But obviously he's not going to play. He's not going to have that much time to practice and get starting reps, whatever, which makes sense. I don't want him to play in the Vikings game. But if he says that there's a real chance that he's cleared before the Vikings game, that makes me think that there's a real chance that he plays in that Steelers game. And it's looking more and more likely that he will, making a return on Sunday Night Football against Brian Flores. That's going to be a storyline for ages. But the next news is that Teddy Bridgewater is also back on the field today. McDaniel said that he's progressing through the protocol, but practices on sideline with the trainers instead of with the team. No physical activity for him instead. He's still in stage 3, but he's like a bit behind of Tua. I really don't even understand the whole entire thing. I talked about it in the Jets review, or Jets recap, whatever. Teddy Bridgewater did not stumble, but apparently someone saw him stumble, so now he's in the concussion protocol. But McDaniel said that, Teddy is most likely not going to be cleared, but even if he is, he's probably going to not play as a starter on Sunday. So then, guys obviously asking the question next up to McDaniel, so is Skylar going to start? And McDaniel says that we will be moving forward with planning on starting Skylar Thompson this week. Not going to really talk about the Jets game. I'm going to try not to. He played better than people say. People say he was awful. He wasn't that bad. Did not have any starter reps. Obviously, made a lot of mistakes. Held the ball for way too long on a lot of plays. But I think if he gets starting reps, he greets Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, realizes that them two were on the same team that he is. I think that he can have a pretty big week against this Vikings team. I'm nervous because Skylar has not shown me anything in the NFL yet, other than preseason, of course. That's why I was really excited for him to get his opportunity, but he didn't really showcase most of the stuff that he has. So that is going to obviously be the big thing. 7th round rookie pick. Skylar Thompson will be starting for the Miami Dolphins this weekend. That game's at home. I'll be there. It's going to be a fun one, I guess, but I'm nervous. I will say I'm nervous. Next up, Xavier Howard, Teron Armstead. McDaniel said that they will need the whole entire week, but if there's any two guys on this team that can stay out of practice the whole entire week and then play on Sunday afternoon, it is those two guys in Xavier and Teron Armstead. Xavier Howard was limited today and maybe yesterday. I'm not sure if he didn't play, or I think he was limited yesterday though as well. So Xavier Howard actually already came out and said that he was going to play, so I think that he will. It's got to have a big week. I think he sat out of that Jets game knowing what's going to be coming this weekend against a guy like Justin Jefferson. That is going to be a big, big matchup for him, especially as he's off to a sluggish start this season, sorry. And then Byron Jones already out for the week. I mean, it's just crazy. In the spring, McDaniel said that, they're hoping that he can be ready for week 1. Then he's put on the IR. We're like, damn, he'll be back for week 5, though. Now he's already out for week 6. So this is looking like a bust contract. Definitely an overpay. Tyreek Hill, obviously, we saw him in the walking boot after the Jets game, but he was full participant today, and not really sure about yesterday. I think he was limited yesterday, though. McDaniel said he was limited today he was full participant today without a boot, joking, of course. Waddle's full participant both days, so both of those guys will definitely be playing on Sunday. And then Frank Smith said that Austin Jackson had been progressing well and is hopefully going to play versus the Vikings. That O-line really did not play well in the Jets game. Sure, Skylar Thompson was only sacked 2 times, but of course, the Teddy Bridgewater hit, that I guess was on the right tackle, which would be Greg Little. Sauce Gardner literally came through completely untouched. But Skylar Thompson had 16 QB hits allowed on him, which is not what you really want the 7th-round rookie quarterback to see in his first NFL debut. But Austin Jackson, would love for him to play, especially against that electric Vikings D-line, who has been playing really, really well. That pass rush for them has been doing well this season. But, yeah, I'm trying not to talk about the Vikings game too much, save that all for Saturday, but looks like everything is going well. Looks like Tua is most likely going to be back next week, Sunday Night Football against Pittsburgh. Teddy Bridgewater may be back this week, but he will likely back up Skylar Thompson, who's going to get his first career start. Xavier Howard is going to play, at least 98% sure. Teron Armstead, not too sure about him, but I don't even know. How many days has he really even practiced this year? I think it's only been maybe 2 or 3, to be honest. So I'm not too worried about him playing. I think he will in the end. Byron, we know he's out. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they'll play. Austin Jackson, still need to hear some more about him. We'll probably get the update about him, whether he's going to play before the Saturday preview for the Vikings game. But yeah, a lot of good news. Really not much bad news other than the Byron Jones concern. But yeah, we've got a lot of our guys back. We need Tua back. This is going to be an important game on Sunday. Tomorrow, Friday, is probably going to be, not too sure what tomorrow's going to be, but of course Saturday night will be the Vikings review. I'm going to have definitely a video coming out tomorrow, just not sure what it will be yet, but we'll figure that one out. Either way, a lot of good news from the injuries. Mike McDaniel cheering my day up as always. That'll wrap up though. See you in the next one. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.